It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, full of contradictions and promise. Kindness is a language the blind can see and the deaf can hear. To love and be loved is the greatest adventure of all. A loving heart brings light into the darkest of places. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. There is nothing in the world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. Have a heart that never hardens, and a temper that never tires, and a touch that never hurts. Suffering has been stronger than all other teaching, and has taught me to understand what your heart used to be. The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. There are dark shadows on the earth, but its lights are stronger in the contrast. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. In the little world in which children have their existence, whosoever brings them up, there is nothing so finely perceived and so finely felt as injustice. The men who learn endurance are they who call the whole world brother. Heaven knows we need never be ashamed of our tears, for they are rain upon the blinding dust of earth, overlying our hard hearts. Never be mean in anything, never be false, never be cruel. For you and for any dear to you, I would do anything. I wish you to know that you have been the last dream of my soul. There is nothing truer than physiognomy taken in connection with manner. It is not in the nature of love to be swayed by time or place. Now I return to this young fellow, and the communication I have got to make is that he has great expectations. There are books of which the backs and covers are by far the best parts. It is a most miserable thing to feel ashamed of home. I have been bent and broken, but, I hope, into a better shape. We need never be ashamed of our tears. I see a beautiful city and a brilliant people rising from this abyss. The whole difference between construction and creation is exactly this, that a thing constructed can only be loved after it is constructed, but a thing created is loved before it exists. It was one of those March days when the sun shines hot and the wind blows cold, when it is summer in the light and winter in the shade. There are strings in the human heart that had better not be vibrated. The broken heart. You think you will die, but you just keep living, day after terrible day. There is nothing so strong or safe in an emergency of life as the simple truth. The most important thing in life is to stop saying I wish and start saying I will. Consider nothing impossible, then treat possibilities as probabilities. A day wasted on others is not wasted on oneself. We forge the chains we wear in life. There is prodigious strength in sorrow and despair. Procrastination is the thief of time. Collar him. I loved her against reason, against promise, against peace, against hope, against happiness, against all discouragement that could be. The sun himself is weak when he first rises and gathers strength and courage as the day gets on. Every traveler has a home of his own, and he learns to appreciate it the more from his wandering. An idea, like a ghost, must be spoken to a little before it will explain itself. A generous action is its own reward. Renounce all doubts and fears and let your purpose drive you forward. The worst of all listeners is the man who does nothing but nod his head. Love is the wisdom of the fool and the folly of the wise. In the face of suffering, we find the depths of human strength. Do all the good you can and make as little fuss about it as possible. The cloud of care that hangs over you will pass as clouds do. Courage is resistance to fear, not the absence of it.